Oh, they don't stick that very far?
No.
Long skinny magnet.
Yep.
You want to reach a washer now too?
Is it
flat
these?
washer. A flat washer. Behind you in the bucket.
Okay, here is what it's looking like right now. This is the old JCR rack that we bought used off of Facebook Marketplace and had on the Gladiator. So we are working to make this fit on this bed because this bed is 8 foot. I don't remember if it's is this as wide as the Power Wag or as the Gladiator inside?
No, this is narrower.
Okay.
This is narrower.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's why we had to take this part to do this.
Yeah, because this is I was trying to think. I don't really have anything to show you width-wise.
This?
Well, yeah, I do.
Do you want help? Yeah, there's the bottom. Yeah.
So like, here, I'll bring it over flush to this.
Yeah.
That's about how much.
So we would have to cut that down quite a bit, which we're not doing.
But I'm planning on taking this rack back off and being able
Yeah.
to sell it as a Gladiator rack.
So he went and bought C-channel. We're gonna use this and put it in between these on the front and the back in place of this. Finish floor. Do you need help?
Maybe, I don't know. Going for 40 and 28.
Yes.
So that's the downfall of that. But. Yeah, like I say, I'm trying to make fun of your shaky hands, but guess what? I won't.
Meh.
Turns out they're shaky just right, huh?
What?
That's just coming a lot more together now.
Yep.
I like it.
Hopefully it works.
Kind of concerned those are too skinny.
What's too skinny?
In the middle?
Yep. How about for the tent?
So do we need to stop here until we get the tent?
I got an idea. We're going to bolt right down through that C-channel. So welding this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of make it like the 92s rack. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'll just be welded together.
How are you gonna mount it to the bed?
I'm gonna have to make angle. I'm gonna
like
take
this?
flat. I'm gonna take flat, come up, and flat. Weld it together and weld the piece on.
Basically just like that.
Do it on both sides.
All right, so here's the update. I'm pretty sure this is where we're stopping for the day. Let me zoom out here. is the used JCR rack that we got off of Facebook Marketplace and put on the Gladiator. So Jared went to a local steel place in town and bought some C-channel. That way we didn't have to cut the pieces that went with the Gladiator rack. Our intention is to get an extrusion rack. Obviously it's got to be super custom because this is not a platform they make stuff for, and sell the JCR rack, put it back to Gladiator specs and sell it to somebody who would need one. The next steps are, so this got pulled out because we got to rotate the tires on the Power Wagon, but we've got some unistrut that we're going to put up here, 8 foot long on both sides, and then put center pieces up to brace it. Not a whole lot of money is being put into this right now. The 7 sticks of unistrut that we just got today was about $255. Jared spent like $42 on these 2 pieces of C-channel, and we're just using metal and steel and pieces that we've got around the garage to try and get this going. Hopefully we'll have it done for Memorial Day when we go to Hot Spring. What did you just say?
It would have been cool to know this back in the day, because the air cleaner studs are 1/4 inch by 20 on almost everything we've done in the past.
Carbureted wise.
Yes. And then we could just put a camera on top of the engine.
But they're not shakers.
They would be shaking. You don't need anything to make it. I mean, that would be shaking.
So we are playing around with our camera gear, and Jared's like, bling, light bulb. Are you actually gonna pull it off?
Nope, I am not. Right there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, now it's on.
Now it doesn't want to go back on?
No, I gotta take it off there.
Why are you using my speech track for this?
Because I don't have the key to my truck.
Oh.
And my straps are in there.
We had a key for your truck last night.
It's alright. Nope. Okay.
So, what are we doing today?
We're welding this sucker on. Well, yes, we're gonna finish building the rack. I still want it to be removable from the truck bed, but that's the extent of that. Our other plans haven't came through, so I'm just gonna make this rack as good as I can.
Are you taking the clamps off with this one? Oh, I guess, yeah, it is.
Whee! Yeah, right. This one weighs more than both of those together. If we ever flip this over,
It's all gonna be fine.
the rack will be fine. I can tell you that. I don't know about nothing else. Where are you going in such a hurry?
All 4 corners are ground down, so it's step number 2.
Measure.
How many times?
Once.
And then?
Cut 7 times.
And cut. heater today, guys. It's like freaking humid. 80 degrees to the point where we got the fan on back there.
Stinking Iowa.
Ow, that's hot.
Yeah, hey, that one right there.
I didn't touch it very much.
So it's not going to be center or anything.
So what am I doing?
Take that over the back. Think I'm still going to hit my head. But this at least gives me an idea where I'm at. We're going to set the unistrut on top, run it across just like that. I'll end up moving these. These were just set up for the Gladiator's short truck bed. So I'll end up moving them off of the awning brackets, slide them around, spreading it out.
I don't know if this is gonna pick up the rain or not.
You can't hear nothing right
I can hear you.
Alright, well, I'm going to take this off and build my center support.
Okay.
That way that's done. Get that all welded in nice.
But this is kind of the idea for the awning. Pretty similar to how it was before. It looks like a right angle. It's flat.
That'll work pretty good.
What do you got in your hair? Looks like a leaf. It was a leaf.
Be a lot easier to apply.
This is what happens when you're broke. Because you spend too much money on other stuff.
I went and bought Trump's angle iron. Way easier.
No.
But that's just one.
How many do you gotta make?
Another one, which isn't still. Okay. Put a little more.
Yeah. Why don't you go put it in front of the fan? So where are we at right now?
I got these plates
Yeah.
on. I got one bolt that I ran through, and actually, if you look on the inside, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Maybe there's this angle iron. Well, that bolt runs through that angle iron too.
Yeah.
Same thing on the other side.
I don't know if it did. Kind of. I can see it.
Yeah, yep. You can see how it's different color in there.
Yep.
Bolt runs through that. I'm gonna.
Is
drill
that
it
on
up.
the other side too?
Yes. So I'm gonna drill through and do another bolt over here, but it's gonna take some drill bit action that I might not have. It's gonna be a fun one, but it's gonna be real strong.
Yeah.
So I gotta do two more bolts to mount it down to the bed, and then I'll clamp this up here, and I'll get my length, my uprights.
Aha!
Now I did.
Now they're both recording. It even shows.
All right.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I would probably not run into the string.
I mean, I can't make any promises. Bloop. All right. Explain.
All right. Ow. So, got the top all welded on. I'll end up capping this, but that's not a priority currently. Everything's welded at this point. I have not hard mounted these three unistruts going across yet because I want to have the tent, and I need to kind of figure out how it's going to sit. I want to make sure that I only got to drill holes once. But I got the awning on here. I've got it spaced out to where I feel it's probably going to need to be. So this should give us a really solid idea of how the awning is going to cover everything. I got it to where it comes down and runs even with the back of this rail. So we should be able to have dry space here. Another thing too that could be a down the road would be some kind of a table that sits here.
Or a diamond plate table from...
Overland Addict?
Yep. Because Lord knows you love diamond plate. Actually, it looked pretty easy to clean compared to the plastic
I love
too.
And it wasn't big diamond plate.
No.
It was a diamond plate texture-ish. But anyways, as you can see, this is slightly a problem, but I have an option that is inexpensive and will work for right now without getting too creative, because we plan on doing bigger tires. But we don't have the tires, and I want to do different suspension. It's not going to happen before our first trip, just to see if we even like these boxes and all the other stuff, right? So I don't see any sense in dumping thousands of dollars in this to say that we hate this. So I'm going to go and get lift blocks for the pickup trucks. Old back in the day thing you used to do. A lot of guys are going to know about it. Some are going to be like, what? Basically, they're big old chunks of metal, or in some cases they're aluminum. I'll try to find metal ones, but worst case, you know. But the big old chunks of metal or aluminum that'll go between the leaf spring and the differential. And in this case, it'll lift it. You could use them as lowering too. That's another thing they did, like the S10s and stuff and the Rangers. It'll lift us 3 inches, frame and everything. The differential obviously is not going to go up any, but it's fine. That'll help with this for right now. In the process of that, I'll try to figure out some shocks because right now it needs them bad. This gives us a solid idea where we need to go with this. I 100% have no doubt this rack is extremely overbuilt at this point. Extremely overbuilt. I mean, I got 1.5 by 3 C-channel, quarter wall, overkill.
Which we did purchase because we didn't have it sitting around.
Yep, but it was cheap. I ended up getting it for like 40 bucks. So I had this 2x2 quarter wall cleaned up where I needed to, got it all burned on. Had to make my own angle down here because I didn't have any, and places closed too soon. You can see it across there too, it's easier, I'm sure. So it's the same thickness as this upright as well, because I'm reusing parts of a rack as well.
The rack that was on the Gladiator.
Yep. So I reused this and the cross underneath, because this is completely unneeded. This doesn't, I could jump on this and it didn't have any deflection, any bow in it at all. This is mainly for aesthetics, and also so that if we want to build doors, we have a divider instead of one monster door.
Kind of like how Matt's rack is from Extrusion, where he's got 4.
Yeah.
He's got like one here, one there, and then the same thing on the other
Yep.
side.
So that's down the road, but I would like to play with that. So unless we can get in touch and get things figured out, you know, I'll play with that and try to make my own. I might even try to get fancy and figure out the old gas strut thing. But as of right now, I think the next step is going to be,
Getting the tent on.
I have to find a way. I might end up using ratchet straps.
Like, put them on top of the hoist.
No, to hold this down.
Okay.
I don't want to hard mount the awning yet,
Right.
but the tent's going to mount to that too. So I just need to find a way to hold it in place so it's not going to flip off of there,
But
the tent
allow
on.
us to get the tent on.
and then kind of play with it. I want to try to make sure everything works really good. So that's one of the main things. So I might do that. I'll also check and see. I don't know if I can get these blocks in town anymore or not. That's definitely an old school thing, so I don't know if it exists anymore. But that's where we're at right now. This rack is all welded together. It's good to go. It's just a matter of
Finishing
putting
touches.
the cross braces where I want them and get the tent on. So we'll see.
You found a lift block? How do we have a lift block?
I know.
That's crazy.
I don't have an answer for you.
Cool. Well, that's today's adventure with the trailer. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you like what's going on. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.